What did you think when you saw the news that SoulCycle was filing for an IPO?
I'm very excited for the category, for them. Obviously, they have a special brand, and I think it's health and wellness is here to stay.
Yes.
We are rooting for SoulCycle. I think the more people that discover this fantastic category, the high-energy indoor cycling content, is better than trying to motivate yourself staring at a wall on a bike.
Right.
So we're excited for them to grow. We're excited to see them succeed, and we hope for the best in their IPO.
But are you worried, though, because they have indicated in this filing that they want to hit the at-home market, the home market?
I saw that, yes. What we do at Peloton is very hard. We are a pretty hardcore technology company where we built the best bike ever built, and we also built what I believe is the best tablet computer ever built.
Okay.
So we compete with Apple in a sense. We have a 22.
So you have your own tablet?
We have our own tablet. It's a 22-inch tablet. It's waterproof. It has an Ant Plus chip to pick up your heart rate monitor. It's a custom Android kernel. Very hardcore hardware and software development is what we've done. We have full Python services in the cloud. So you talk about Mark Zuckerberg. We feel like we are more akin to a Facebook or an Apple than a SoulCycle in a sense, in that we sell a high design, high technology, interconnected consumer product, like a Nest product, like a Apple product.
Okay.
So that's what we're selling to the home versus, to your point, when you go to SoulCycle, that's actually a studio experience. For Peloton, we just have one studio here in New York City, but that doubles as a television streaming studio, so that content is streamed around the world 12 times a day to people in their homes. We have bikes in 50 states. We have bikes in 22 countries. So,
but what's to stop SoulCycle from doing the same thing, though, with more cash now that they go to IPO?
Sure, absolutely. What's to stop them generally is a DNA, is that they're not a software development shop like Peloton. We started as a software company. That's my background. I used to work for Barry Diller for 15 years over at IAC. So we were mostly...
You must be battle-tested then.
Yeah, exactly. We're kind of consumer internet folks, and we like software. That's our background. Unlike...
And you were at Barnes & Noble as well, right?
Barnes & Noble, exactly.
Okay.
Where we saw what Amazon is basically doing in the tablet category, where they will manufacture a Kindle Fire for $250, sell it for $150 to consumer because the name of their game is digital content. It's a similar business model to Peloton. We don't make a lot of money on our bikes, but we sell digital content in the form of these classes so that $39 a month, you and your spouse can take unlimited classes from the convenience of your own home with some of the best instructors in the world, very much like a SoulCycle experience, but at home.
But then don't you have two parts of your business, though, where you sell the hardware and as you say, the software there, and you build this content, but then you also have to build a network of studios yourself, though, right?
We do not build a network of studios. That's why we are rooting for SoulCycle, and I can honestly say that. We have the one studio here in New York City.
That's it?
That's it. What we are building is a network of retail stores akin to a Tesla. So a lot of our high-end retail stores are in high-end malls adjacent to Tesla stores. So the Tesla model is a showroom accessing these pockets of wealth. Peloton does the same thing. So we just opened in North Park Center in Dallas. We're opening Corte Madero in San Francisco. We're opening Fashion Island in Los Angeles. But these aren't studios, to your point, Betty. They are retail stores where people can go in and experience the bike, get on, put the headphones on, see the class streaming live from our studio here in New York City, and say, oh my gosh, this is fantastically more motivating than anything else I could put in my home.
So then would you be open to a SoulCycle buying you then? They lack that hardware, right?
We have considered, I have some aggressive capital partners. Lee Fixell at Tiger Global is one of the best investors in the world right now, and we considered doing the opposite of seeing if we could disrupt their IPO. It was met with not a lot of excitement, but I do think in the context of Peloton and SoulCycle, I told our investors 1 + 1 = 3.
Right.
So we would certainly be interested in the discussion.
What about one of the risks that people have pointed out is that, it's a very targeted market. It's mostly women, more affluent women in urban areas. Yep. Who are, fanatic about this. But what about the rest of the country? Is there really a bigger market beyond this?
I do. Out in the Hamptons, these women you speak of spend $40 per class. In a different market, the price point might not be $40 for SoulCycle. Maybe it's $25, which is a little bit more. Maybe it's $20 in some smaller markets. The great thing for their model, though, is that the rent in those markets is less. I think the talent cost is going to be less. So they could potentially roll out their S1 says they're going to go to 250 markets in the U.S. They could potentially still preserve their margins and have a lower price point for people that are less affluent than the Upper East Side.
But then how do you keep that tribal experience that they've been able to create so well, though? I mean, that's part of the appeal of the brand, right?
Sure. I don't think that's locked to the $40. I think it's locked to the great instructors. To your point, Betty, they really have done a great job catching lightning in a bottle with their brand. It's a special. I bring up Tiger Global. I study Warby Parker, who is, they have caught lightning in a bottle, and their brand transcends their category.
Right.
SoulCycle is one of those special brands, and I think they'll be able to maintain that same zealot following if it's run well. Interesting to me is that Elizabeth and Julie are, I believe, transitioning.
Yes, they are. Right.
So, a little bit.
They're stepping back. What do you make of that?
They were the brand. They did a great job. They poured their heart and soul into this for the last 9 or 10 years. The new woman, I know, has experience. I think she's very well respected over there.
Yes.
But it is...
The CFO.
Yeah,
Melanie Wellen, I believe is her name.
Melanie Wellen. She was the COO. There's also a strong CFO.
I'm sorry, the COO, yes,
That's
exactly.
Right.
Who's now going to be the CEO.
That's right. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm rooting for them. I believe it's going to be a pretty exciting IPO. I don't envy the underwriters. I think it's going to, whatever they do, they're going to leave some money on the table because it's going to be one of these fun IPOs for everybody.
Well, they better be fit.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll tell you that.
That's right.